3 days ago, Leo was supposed to pick out curtains with her. She laughed at his taste, called it depressing. He kissed her forehead and promised to do better. That was the last time he touched something warm. He buried her Tuesday, but at 3:14 a.m. Friday, his phone lit up. I forgot to say goodbye. Open the door, Leo. To understand the sheer terror of that text message, you have to understand who Leo and Sarah were. They were the couple everyone else was quietly jealous of. Sarah was a kindergarten teacher, bright, chaotic, and always full of life. Leo was a senior IT engineer. He lived his life by logic, servers, and code. Sarah was the anchor that kept his logical brain human. But logic doesn't apply to a rain-slicked highway. On Tuesday afternoon, a semi-truck lost control on Interstate 95. Sarah's car was caught in the middle. By the time Leo made it to the hospital, she was gone. The world as he knew it simply stopped spinning. The officer at the scene of the crash whispered a warning he wasn't supposed to give. Rule 1, never acknowledge the echo. Rule 2, if it mentions a memory you've forgotten, it's already inside. Because love doesn't just die, it leaves the frequency open, and something else has finally found the signal. Leo didn't understand the cop's warning, not until Friday night. After the funeral, Leo returned to their empty house. The silence was deafening. He put on his plaid pajama pants, sat on the edge of his bed, and just stared at the wall. That's when the temperature in the room plummeted. It felt like walking into a meat freezer. Then, a single drop of freezing water hit his forehead. Leo looked up. The ceiling was perfectly intact, but a heavy localized rainstorm began pouring right inside his bedroom. Reality was buckling under the weight of whatever was standing on the other side of his locked door. Leo stood in the center of the supernatural rain, soaked to the bone. He looked at the long, distorted fingers twitching on the hardwood floor. He knew that if he opened the door, the real Sarah wasn't going to hug him. A parasite wearing a suit made of his own memories was going to step inside. Then the smell hit him. Gardenias, her perfume. It carried the weight of that kitchen memory. It felt like warmth, but the hallway was freezing. A hand opened the door and entered inside the room. The same silver ring, the same skin. But the fingers were too long, growing, learning how to be human again. He tried to call for help, but every contact in his phone had been renamed. Sarah, Sarah, Sarah.
Remember the rain at the pier, Leo? The red umbrella?
I love you, Leo.
It spoke, soft, almost perfect. Leo knew what the real Sarah would want him to do. She'd want him to run. She'd want him to live. But the real Sarah wasn't here. And this thing was warm. He realized the price. To have her back, he had to accept the lie. And for Leo, that was enough. Sarah is back. She makes breakfast every morning. She hums the songs he likes, but she hasn't slept in 3 weeks, and she's always watching the door. Leo checked his phone one last time before bed. The message from Sarah was gone, replaced by a new contact he didn't create. The name says, "Next." The profile picture is a dark room, and in the corner of that photo is a reflection of a phone, held by hands, that look a lot like yours. Check your contacts. If you see a name you don't recognize, don't look behind you. It's already synced. Leo's heart stopped. They never went to a pier. It wasn't reading his past. It was reading his desperation. Every time he remembered the real Sarah, it adjusted. It was downloading his grief to build a better mask. Leo slowly walked to the heavy wooden door and turned the deadbolt. It has been 3 weeks since he let it inside. To the outside world, Leo is just a grieving widower. But inside his house, a dark, perverted domestic life has begun.